constant of a transmission line. What are the constant of a transmission line? As you know that from the basic electrical concept, the constant of a transmission line are nothing but resistance, inductance and capacitance of a transmission line. He says that how this constant of a transmission line are mainly depend upon this. He says that when any voltage traveling from sending end to receiving end, the same amount of voltage you are not getting at the receiving end. Some amount of voltage drop occurring in the transmission line, and that is nothing what you are calling as a voltage drop. Now this voltage drop may be due to resistive drop, may be due to inductive drop, may be due to a capacitive drop. Now this voltage drop you may call as an IR drop, or you may call as IX drop, or you may call as IXC drop. Now line losses. The line losses in the transmission system mainly depend upon the R. Sorry. Now line losses, you know that any machine, whether you study machine or in transmission line losses mainly depend upon the resistance. That is nothing what we are calling as a I square losses. I square losses, I is the current flowing in transmission line, R is the resistance of the transmission line. So obviously, if resistance go on increases, your losses will go on increase. So indirectly you are saying that voltage drop or line losses mainly depend upon the constant of a transmission line. Or indirectly you are saying that this voltage drop and line losses also have impact on voltage regulation and efficiency. How they are making the impact on voltage drop or line losses? We are going to see like this. So what is the impact of voltage drop and line losses on voltage regulation and efficiency? Now he says that resistance, inductance and capacitance are the constant of a transmission. Now here constant means resistance and inductance means you are telling that this resistance inductance they form series impedance of the transmission. Where capacitance is coming into picture, capacitance means you are not talking about series capacitance. Capacitance means you are talking about the shunt capacitance. That means capacitance between the two line or from line to ground. So that is you are calling as the shunt capacitance. So when you are calling as this is shunt capacitance, and this resistance and inductance they form series impedance. This is series impedance, resistance, inductance, and this form your shunt capacitance. Now another constant is coming to picture in transmission line, that is your shunt conductance. Shunt conductance, but this shunt conductance is mainly due to the flow of the leakage current at the point of the insulator. And this shunt conductance is generally neglected when you are considering the voltage regulation and efficiency of a transmission. Therefore, only important factors you are considering when you are considering performance, only you are considering the series impedance of a transmission line and the shunt capacitance of a transmission line. Now come to the main point. Now what do you mean by voltage regulation of the transmission line? Now when we are talking about the regulation of the transmission line, regulation means simple changes or fluctuation. It means that when we are talking about voltage regulation, means voltage changes. That means when any voltage sending end voltage and at the receiving end voltage. So when we are not giving any load at the receiving end, what is the amount of voltage? When we are giving load at the receiving, what is the amount of voltage? Now that difference is known as the voltage regulation. As you student, you know that when you are following your basic electrical, then when you using electrical machine also you have studied, or basic electrical, you have studied that one point you have teacher have taught you that what is about the speed regulation. So when we are talking about regulation means fluctuation. Now when we are talking about speed regulation, that means when you are not giving load, what is the speed of the motor? When you are giving load, what is the speed of the motor? That difference is known as a speed regulation. Similarly, in case of transmission line also, since transmission line means you are talking about voltage only. So you are talking voltage regulation. That means the difference in voltage at the receiving end from no load to full load, and is expressed as from a percentage of the full load, is known as the voltage regulation. By mathematically, it is written as voltage regulation is equal to receiving voltage at no load minus receiving voltage by receiving voltage into 100 is known as the voltage regulation. So this is the definition of the voltage regulation formula. It means here V means voltage, R means receiving voltage. VR star means receiving voltage at no load condition. Here receiving voltage at loaded condition. So the definition is that the difference in voltage are the between two conditions, that is from no load to full load, is known as the voltage regulation. So when we are talking about no load, that means there is no losses in the system. Since there is no losses in the system, you are saying that your sending end voltage is equal to receiving end voltage. So this formula voltage regulation is can be written as your VR dash current. You can write VR dash equal to VR star equal to, you can write VS. That means VR dash is the receiving voltage at no load condition, and no load condition, you know that at no load condition there is no losses in the system. Since there is no losses in this system, that means there is no drop in the system. That means whatever the amount of voltage you are sending at the sending end, the same amount of voltage you are receiving at the receiving end. That means you are calling as your VR equal to VS. So the formula voltage regulation can be written as finally VS minus VR by VR into 100 is known as a voltage regulation. So this is the concept of the voltage regulation. And this voltage regulation in the transmission line should be minimum as far as possible. Because if the voltage regulation will be minimum, it means the sending end voltage, there is much less difference between the sending and receiving, and which is important for our customer, right? So the voltage regulation should be minimum as far as possible in a transmission line. Now when I am talking about the efficiency of it, this is all about the voltage regulation. Now when I am talking about the efficiency of the transmission line, efficiency simple means you know that output by input. Now when I am talking about transmission line, your efficiency is written as output power by sending end power, or you are writing as VI cos phi divided by VI cos phi. So when you are talking about output power means you are using the suffix R. R means stand for receiving. R. Now when you are talking about input power, that means you are sending end, you are using suffix S. That means your efficiency is the ratio of your output power by input power, or you can say that your sending and receiving end power by sending end power, and that ratio is nothing but your VI cos phi. So all these voltage regulation or efficiency mainly depend upon the constant of the transmission line, and first of all you find out all the constant of the transmission line, or you are saying that find out all the losses of the system, then you use this simple formula to calculate the regulation efficiency of a transmission line. Now coming to picture, when I am talking about the performance of transmission line, now here comes the question, what are the different types of the transmission line? So these are the two important parameters, one is voltage regulation, one is efficiency, to determine the performance of the transmission line. Now when we are talking about performance of transmission line, which type of transmission line? So here the next question comes, what are the different types of transmission line is coming into picture. There are different types of transmission line. It says that depending upon your location, depending upon the length of the transmission line, depending upon the operating voltage, and depending upon the location of the capacitance, your transmission line divided into three parts. It says that depending upon the location of the capacitance, you know that already I have said that the constant of the transmission line is resistance, inductance, and capacitance. Resistance, inductance forms series impedance of the transmission line, and capacitance means we are talking about some capacitance of the transmission line. So it says that depending upon the length of the transmission line, operating voltage, and some capacitance, your transmission line are divided into or classified into three parts. One is you are telling short transmission line. Second, you are calling as your medium transmission line, and third is calling your or known as a long transmission line. Short transmission line, medium transmission line, and long transmission line. So he said that when you are considering short transmission line means which transmission line you are calling as short transmission line. He says that if the length of the overall transmission line, if the length of the overall transmission line is less than 50 km. If it is less than 50 km and the operating voltage is less than 20 kV, then you are calling that transmission line as a short transmission line. 50 km less, operating voltage will be less than 20 kV, and in this short transmission line, since the line is very short, in this case you are only considering series impedance of the transmission. You are not considering this short capacitance. Why? Due to the shortest distance of the transmission. So you are only considering your capacitance is regulated. So when you are calculating voltage regulation of efficiency, performance I am talking about, first I talk about performance. Performance means you are talking about voltage regulation and efficiency. So when I am talking about short transmission when you calculate voltage regulation and efficiency, your capacitance is neglected here. Only you will consider resistance and inductance. Now come to medium transmission. So medium transmission line, how it is classified? It is classified that your length of the transmission line over transmission line should be greater than 50 km, but length will be less than 150 km. So between 50 km to 150 km, and the operating voltage will be greater than 20 kV, less than 100 kV. Then that transmission line is known as a medium transmission line. In this case, what happens? In this case, your transmission line, length of the transmission line is greater than 50 km or less than 150 km, and the operating voltage will be less than 100 kV. But when you are considering medium transmission line, your capacitance is considered. Now the capacitance may be considered or distributed uniformly lump at either the one end or at the midpoint at the load end. So depending upon the location of capacitance, your medium transmission again will be divided into T method and P method. That we are going to discuss in the next classes. Right? So we said that in this case what happened? In medium transmission, your capacitance is considered. Capacitance considered means your capacitance is lumped at one point. Lumped at one point. That meaning is that if you are considering series impedance, resistance and inductance, your capacitance is located here. That means here is your sending end, here is your receiving end, and here you are considering capacitance at the load end. That is only one end of the transmission. Or if you are considering capacitance sending end, then also you will consider the performance, voltage regulation and efficiency. Now, if you are considering capacitance midpoint of transmission, that will be the nominal T method. That we are going to discuss in the next class. There are how many types of medium transmission are classified depending upon the location of the capacitance. There are two types of medium transmission line. One is the nominal T method and next is the nominal pi method. Right? So in this case, your capacitance is considered, but it is lumped at one place. Now, when you are considering the long transmission line, here the length is greater than 150 km, operating voltage is greater than 100 kV, and your capacitance is uniformly distributed throughout the transmission line. So in this case, short transmission line, your capacitance is neglected. In medium transmission line, your capacitance is considered, but is considered one point only, either at the sending end or receiving end or at the midpoint of the transmission line. It is capacitance neglected. In long transmission line, what happens? Your capacitance is uniformly distributed. So when you are talking about voltage regulation and efficiency, you have to discuss voltage regulation. What is the impact of voltage regulation and efficiency on short transmission line? What is the impact of voltage regulation on medium transmission line? And what is the impact of voltage regulation and efficiency on the long transmission line? So separately, we are going to discuss about short transmission, medium transmission, and long transmission. So this is all about the transmission line classification.